Good day, boys and girls. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here to join me for another wonderful day and a wonderful lesson. So, let's go ahead and get started with our lesson. So, before we start every single lesson, we have to make sure that our friends watching know the secret. And I hope you already know it. That means you've been watching. Let's just make sure. Boys and girls, did you know that you are a superhero? And superheroes have super powers. That's right. So let's go ahead and do our superpower motto before we get started. So all you have to do is point and repeat after me. So let's find our brain first. I control how I think. Excellent. Now we find our mouth. I control what I say. Wonderful. Let's find our heart right here. I control how I feel. And last but not least, we put our hands in the air. I control what I do. Because that's right, boys and girls. You have control of all of those superpowers. No matter if you are little or big. Everybody has those superpowers. Just like you. So today I picked a very special story. I got this at a book fair at my school. And I really enjoyed the story. Because I realized we hadn't read any stories about our community helpers recently. And this is a great story to get your brain to start thinking. So I'm ready to share it with you. This book is called Who Will I Be? And it's by a wonderful author named Abby Huntsman. And I'm going to show you a special secret about this book. She signed her name in my book. See that? She put her name in my book. It's makes it such a special book now. So this is called Who Will I Be? So let's get started. Everyone around Isobel wave. Oop. I think I accidentally skipped a page. I did. Silly me. Let's go back to that first page. Who do you want to be when you grow up? Asked Isobel's teacher. Everyone around Isobel waved their hands in the air. They all had an answer. I want to be a businesswoman, basketball player, artist. Here's Isobel. How about you, Isobel? Miss Livingston asked. I don't know, she said. That bothered her. It bothered Isobel during lunch, during music class, and during gym. It was still bothering her when her dad picked her up after school. I don't know who I want to be when I grow up, Isobel told her dad. Well, her dad said, what makes you happy? Last week, I went to the pool with Kayla, Isobel said. That made me happy. And selling cookies at the charity bake sale was fun. Isobel thought of another thing. We found that man's pet parrot, remember? It made me happy that we helped him. Maybe you want to be someone who helps people then, her dad suggested. Helper isn't a job, Dad, Isobel replied. Of course it is, her dad said. Lots of jobs are all about helping to make the world a better place. Isobel wasn't too sure. Let's take the long way home, Isobel's dad said. I want to show you some people who have jobs helping others. We'll start right here at your school, Isobel's dad said. Who do you see? I see my teacher, said Isobel, and I see the crossing guard. Your teacher helps you learn, and the crossing guard helps you stay safe, said Isobel's dad. Isobel had never thought of it that way. Let's see who else we can find, said Isobel's dad. A man in a white coat walking a dog gave Isobel a friendly wave. He's a veterinarian, Isobel's dad told her. He helps people by making their pets feel better. Another name for a veterinarian is a vet. Very good. Some people help their town by joining the police force or help their whole country by joining the military, Isabel's dad told her. They help by keeping us safe, Isobel said. Isobel and her dad overheard the policeman ask an older woman, May I walk you to the library, ma'am? Let's stop at the library, Isobel, said her dad. Hi, whispered the librarian. Do you need help finding a book? I could also sign you up for our book club. Yes, thank you, Isobel whispered. Happy to help, the librarian whispered back. Let's go to the park, Dad, said Isobel. Can you spot the helpers here? Isobel's dad asked her. Isobel looked around. She saw an activist asking those passing by to sign a petition. She saw a gardener in a city uniform, and she saw the garbage man, Isobel exclaimed. He's helping by keeping our city clean and beautiful. There really were helpers everywhere. Hey, phew! Excuse me. Next, Isobel and her dad passed a church. The pastor was out front. What's your favorite thing about your job? Isobel asked him. Helping other people, he said. Hey, phew! Excuse me. I also like volunteering at the soup kitchen next door, he added. Can we help with that too? Isobel asked. They worked at the soup kitchen until Isobel's dad's phone buzzed. Want to go meet Mom at her office? Isobel's dad asked. On the way, a reporter was interviewing a fireman who rescued a kitten. Journalists make sure we know what's happening, Isobel's dad said. You should take that cat to a veterinarian in case it's hurt, Isobel told the fireman. There's one right down the street. Soon, Isobel and her dad arrived to meet her mom. Mom! Isobel yelled and ran to hug her. Isobel's mom worked at the mayor's office. Because Isobel's mom was the mayor. I'm learning all about service, Isobel said. Do you help people? I do, her mom said. My job is to help the people of the city by listening to them and passing laws to make their lives better. Isobel had a lot to think about. There were so many different ways of helping people and so many different jobs to choose from. Do you remember the names of some of these jobs? Who's that? A policeman. Who's that? A firefighter. Who's that? A vet. Who is that? A librarian. Who is that? A gardener. Excellent. know who I want to be when I grow up, she told her dad. But I know one thing. I want to be a helper. So boys and girls, there's a special little art project you can do with this. So I want you to think of something that makes you feel happy. What's something that makes you feel happy? I'm going to give you a moment to think. Some of the things that make me happy are when people help me. So or sometimes I like to cook for people. Or I like to read people's stories. Or give people hugs. Those things make me really happy. So taking those things that make you really happy can help you start to think about what type of job you may want to have when you get bigger. So if you, for me, like to cook for people, maybe you become a chef or a baker. Or if you like to read stories, maybe you become an author, like Miss Abby Huntsman, who wrote this story. Or you become a librarian and work with books. Or maybe you even become a teacher. Teachers read lots of stories too. Maybe you like giving people hugs and helping them feel good. So maybe you could also still be a teacher. You could be somebody like me called a counselor. Maybe you might become a mom or a dad or a nurse. People who take care of other people and help them feel good. So boys and girls, and if you need a grown-up's help, it's okay to ask. Once you figure out what makes you happy, so if it's building with Legos, maybe you'll be a construction worker or a builder. And draw a picture of that. So you can maybe start to think about who you will be. Amen. So boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this story. And I hope you have a lot of fun doing your art project. So I will see you another great day. So I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you soon.